Somewhere in America right now, someone is sitting in a dealership, signing paperwork for a $50,000 vehicle. They negotiated the price down, they locked in a monthly payment they can comfortably afford, and they are about to drive off the lot feeling like they won. They did not win. The moment that front tire touches public asphalt for the first time, that $50,000 car loses between $7,500 and $10,000. 15 to 20% of everything they just paid evaporates. This doesn't happen slowly over the first few months. It happens instantly. This negotiation win masks an immediate and unrecoverable wealth destruction event. And this exact scenario is playing out across the American automotive landscape a million times over right now in 2026. 1 in 3 American adults is currently making a monthly car payment. The average for a new vehicle has hit $770. And 20% of all borrowers are paying over $1,000 every single month strictly for the loan. Look at this chart comparing national debt categories. Total U.S. auto loan debt has reached $1.685 trillion. For the first time in history, the money we owe on our vehicles has officially eclipsed total student loan debt. By obsessing almost entirely over whether we can afford the monthly payment, we are blinding ourselves to a massive systemic trap. Car loans have become our quietest wealth destroyer. That $770 payment isn't even the whole picture. Add in insurance, fuel, maintenance, and registration, and the true cost of operating a new vehicle is nearly $1,000 a month. But there is another cost hiding behind those monthly bills: depreciation. A massive, invisible drain on your net worth that operates entirely independent of what you pay at the pump or the mechanic. Starting at $50,000, a typical new vehicle's value drops to $25,000 by year 5. Half the purchase price vanishes. Isolating a single month, depreciation adds $361 in pure value destruction, stacked on top of visible operating costs. The vehicle functions as an engine for burning net worth every day it sits idle in a driveway. This brings us to the opportunity cost. What would happen if, instead of sending that $770 to a lender, you invested it into an S&P 500 index fund, earning a historical average return of 10%? Investing that exact car payment yields $157,000 after 10 years. At 20 years, the compound interest curve accelerates to $573,000. Scaling out to 30 years, you reach a peak of $1.7 million. By treating a financed car payment as an unavoidable fact of modern life, the average American is actively financing their way out of a millionaire retirement. If the math is this objectively damaging, why do we continue stretching our budgets to their absolute breaking point to buy these vehicles? Because the automobile industry has spent the last 100 years conditioning us to view a car as a direct reflection of our identity and our success, rather than a machine designed to move us from point A to point B. The classic study on American millionaires found that the most common vehicle among self-made millionaires is actually a Toyota. It is chosen for its reliability and its ability to hold value, rather than its ability to announce success. The massive premium we pay for brand new or luxury cars is an identity tax, and paying that tax to look wealthy is exactly what keeps most people from ever actually becoming wealthy. Now, the practical reality is that most Americans lack access to comprehensive public transit. You probably still need a car to navigate this infrastructure. So if you must participate, you need a framework to bypass the debt trap. First, buy a vehicle that is 2 to 3 years old to skip the steepest part of the depreciation curve. Second, finance as little as possible and entirely avoid the traps of 84-month loan terms. Third, multiply your proposed monthly payment by 12 and then by the length of the loan. Calculate the total opportunity cost before you sign anything, so you can see the actual price tag of your decision. And fourth, the hardest rule to follow, you must decouple your personal worth from your vehicle. Treat it strictly as a utility machine that transports you between locations. Applying this framework forces you to make a deliberate, mathematically rational decision, rather than letting car culture make an emotional one for you. Over a lifetime, the average American will effortlessly burn over $500,000 on vehicle logistics, interest rates, and depreciation. You have a choice. You can blindly repeat the dealership trap like everyone else, or you can consciously redirect that capital toward your own net worth. Achieving real financial independence means refusing to let an automobile company dictate the terms of your retirement.